Most people never saw Samuel Price. They saw his mop, his faded blue uniform, but not him. Samuel was invisible, a ghost with a ring of keys, listening more than he spoke, sweeping up the stories people left behind. But when the trial of Rachel Turner began, Samuel's world of shadows would become the center of everything. Rachel Turner's trial gripped the city. She was accused of a crime that shocked everyone: theft and assault inside the courthouse itself. The evidence seemed clear. Her fingerprints were on the safe. A witness claimed to see her leaving the judge's office late at night. The prosecution painted a picture of greed and betrayal. In the background, Samuel swept the floors, as always. He watched the lawyers argue, their voices bouncing off the marble. He saw Rachel each morning, her eyes rimmed red, her hands shaking. The world passed her by, already convinced of her guilt. Samuel noticed things others didn't. He saw the way Rachel glanced at the jury, not with defiance, but with fear. He saw how the guard avoided her gaze. He saw the small bruise on her wrist. But no one asked him anything. He was just the janitor after all. As the days dragged on, a storm of certainty built against Rachel. But Samuel, in the quiet spaces between each echoing footstep, began to wonder if everyone was missing something. Something only he had seen. The day Samuel was called to the stand, the courtroom barely stirred. Some jurors glanced up, then away. He walked slowly, clutching his cap in his hands. The judge looked down from the bench, her eyes kind but curious. The prosecutor's lips curled in a faint, dismissive smile. Samuel's voice was soft as he took the oath. He spoke in short sentences, each word careful, as if he might break something fragile. The defense attorney, desperate for hope, asked him simple questions. Did he work nights? Did he ever see Rachel after hours? Had he noticed anything strange? The prosecutor hardly listened. He whispered to his assistant, eyes on his notes. Even Rachel seemed to shrink in her seat, afraid to hope. Samuel's presence was a pause in a fast-moving river. But in that pause, something began to change. As Samuel described his routine, the courtroom grew quieter. People leaned forward, sensing, perhaps for the first time, that something important was about to happen. Samuel spoke of the night in question. He saw Rachel, but also a shadow, shiny shoes, expensive coat. He found a red thread on the doorknob, pocketed it, and remembered a sharp, floral perfume. The courtroom listened, spellbound, as doubt crept into the prosecutor's eyes and hope flickered in Rachel's. The prosecutor tried to shake Samuel. He asked about the thread, the shoes, the perfume. He tried to make Samuel doubt himself, but Samuel's memory was clear. He remembered the time, 2:37 a.m., the clock in the hallway chiming softly. He remembered the faint laughter, the echo of heels. Then Samuel paused, searching his memory. He recalled the shadow's hand, gloved, but on the left hand, a ring with a green stone. Not Rachel's. He had seen that ring before, on the finger of Judge Mallory's secretary, Miss Whittaker, the one person who had access to the judge's office and the safe. The courtroom gasped. Miss Whittaker's face drained of colour. Samuel's words, so quiet, thundered through the room. The details only he had noticed, details everyone else had missed, pointed to the real culprit. The silence was heavy, thick with realization. Samuel looked down at his hands, humble and steady. He had simply told the truth the way he had seen it. Everything changed in a heartbeat. The judge called for order. The prosecutor scrambled, demanding answers from Miss Whittaker. She stammered, then tried to leave, but the guard stopped her. The defense lawyer, stunned, thanked Samuel with tears in her eyes. Rachel wept, shaken with relief. The jury whispered, their faces pale. The judge looked at Samuel, her gaze full of something like respect, maybe even gratitude. For the first time, everyone saw him, not just the uniform, but the man. Samuel sat quietly, hands folded. He didn't smile. He felt a weight lift, but not pride. He had done what was right, nothing more. As the truth settled over the room, people began to realize how much they had missed by looking past the man with the mop. Outside, the rain finally stopped. Light streamed through the windows, washing the marble in gold. Samuel stood, ready to return to his work, leaving the world changed in his gentle wake. After the trial, Rachel found Samuel in the hallway. She stood in front of him, hands trembling. "Thank you," she whispered, tears shining in her eyes. "You saw me when no one else would." Samuel looked at her, kindness in his tired eyes. "Sometimes," he said softly, "the quiet ones see the most." He didn't want praise. He only wanted her to be free, for the truth to be whole again. Rachel hugged him, and for a moment the world seemed gentle. Samuel felt seen, not as a janitor, but as a man whose small acts mattered. He returned to his cart, ready to sweep the halls once more, knowing he had changed a life. As he walked away, his words lingered in the air. Look for the truth in quiet corners. Sometimes the unseen hold the answers the world most needs.
What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.